Welcome to Sweven Technologies, your CRM powerhouse. In this video, we're going to discuss the dashboard section. And this is where you really see everything at a glance. It really helps you understand where your business is, how many opportunities you're getting, what the pipeline value is, what the conversion rate is. And I'm going to go over each of these sections, and all of these sections are linked either to your contacts, to your opportunities, to your calendar, to conversations, and so on, right? Even your social media. So by going here into dashboard, you're going to see this quick glance of information, right? You can always go back into any of these specific sections and review them more in detail, but let's go into the dashboard itself. So you'll see here opportunities, and what that tells you is how many potential customers you have from this date to this date, right? And that gives you an idea on how many leads you have to work on, if you have to increase your ads perhaps, or increase your advertising, your advertising efforts. This kind of gives you that idea, right? And you can filter by date. You can do this week, last 7 days, last 30 days, whatever date you want, you can do that, even a range. And then you have your pipeline value. So if you want to set up a specific value per lead based on the type of outcome or the source where it's coming from. For example, if any lead that comes through Facebook advertising, you want to add a higher value than a lead that's coming through your contact form on your website, you can do that, and it can predetermine what the pipeline value is for all of these leads. Right now, we have them default at $100, but that's not necessarily the case. But this is where you can see what that pipeline value is. Basically, any lead that's open, you have a $900 value as a potential basically income for your business. And then you have the conversion rate, and basically this is determined based on the closed or won leads that you were able to convert, right? Next, we have the funnel. And the funnel, what it tells you is based on your pipeline, where everything stands at this point. We have 9 new leads, which is the blue section. We have, 5 with appointment, meaning I'm going to give them a demo and I'm going to try to sell them. And then you have the no-shows, which are the red. And these are people that schedule a meeting and they didn't show up. So those are no-shows. And we have a way of targeting those through workflows, which we will discuss in a later video. And then we have your proposal send, those that showed up and you send them a proposal, and now we're just waiting for that lead to be converted, right? And then we have closed leads, which are those that either no longer wanted to continue, or they were maybe for a longer term, or maybe you want to go and revisit them. And then the orange, which we do not have in this sample, are the one, right? Those that you converted. You have the same type of information in a pie chart. So similar to what I just read to you, you'll have it here on the right-hand side. And like I said, in any of these fields, you can always filter by date to just get a better glance at that. Next, you have what manual actions were done. So if you had a specific campaign running, how many of those were sent, if it was by phone, by SMS. And you can either do it by, a type of workflow if you want to see what workflow was sent, and a type of agent who was able to send these manual actions, right? Next, we have the task overview, and this is just a quick glance of all the tasks you have pending. You can always go to contacts, like I mentioned in a previous video, and go to the tasks tab to see all the tasks at once. But this is where you get a quick preview of how many tasks you have pending. And you can, select it by user, you can select it by if they're pending, if they're completed, and the due date as well, right? And if you just check mark any of these boxes, they'll be marked as completed. You can edit them and you can delete them as well from here. Next, we have the lead source report, and it's just a quick report to tell you where the leads are coming from. In this case, in this sample, it's a web lead. I have 9 total web leads for a total of 900. They're open right now. They haven't been won. They haven't been lost. So I don't have a percentage rate yet on the on the winning percentage or on the conversion rate. But this is where you would get that source report. Next, you have your Facebook ads. If you're the type of business that runs Facebook ads, you can see here the total impressions, the total clicks, the CTR percentage, the average CPC, and the total spent. And that way you can get that quick glance. And we'll go ahead and cover social media in a later video, but this is where you would be able to see that information. And then lastly, you have your Google My Business glance, right? Based on if you're able to connect your Google My Business account to your CRM account, you're going to be able to see how many views you have had, how many searches through search, whether desktop or mobile or through maps, and what engagement that costs, right? So conversations or bookings, and what the actions work. Actions can be they click on website and therefore you had a website visit, or they clicked on call and then therefore you got a phone call from this individual, right? So this is where you see that dashboard. It's really helpful to get a quick glance before you dive into the other areas. Stay tuned for more videos.